All right, shalom, shalom, Israel. All right, this is the brother Shaquat Rakah coming from the Camp Company of Prophets Camp. All right, that is located out here in Tampa, Florida. All right, coming back at you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. All right, and first and foremost, before I start this lesson, I want to give all honor and glory that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. All right, Yahweh and Yahweh Shah being the true names of the Heavenly Father and the only begotten Son, written in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. And I also want to give double honors unto our apostles and bishops of Great Millstone, all right, who taught us His truth and ruleth well, all right. And today, as you see, I tapped in with ChatGPT, came across a video, which is the spirit of the last class I did through the spirit. I said, Lord's will I touch up on this. All right, what inspired me to touch up on it, I came across the video on it a couple of days ago, but the spirit was on me to touch up on something else. But Jake just got back from the plantation. All right, I seen the brother Taziar, Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Bracket thought of that brother. I seen a notification. He touched upon it, which is the spirit. I didn't watch it yet. Lord's will I watch it. All right, but it's all the spirit. But what I typed in, all right, what is Illinois doing with digital ID? All right, and really this lesson, we just gonna talk with ChatGPT, man. All right. But it says, good question. Illinois is doing a few pretty big things right now around digital ID. Here's a breakdown of what's going on. All right. Number one, mobile IDs and digital driver's licenses. And that's when I saw in the video and I meant to download it. For some reason, I don't have it downloaded. Or I probably got it saved, but it's all right, though. All right. But as you see it, just one step closer to the you-know-what. And the last time through the spirit I touched up on this topic was touching up on how Apple is having a digital ID. And real quick, let's look it up real quick. This is all one step closer to the you-know-what, man. And if you can't see it, hey, man, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, blinded you, man. Bear with me. Yup. The Apple digital ID, often called Apple's mobile ID or digital driver's license. As you see, man, everything's going digital, man. All right. It says it's basically a digital version of your government-issued ID that lives in your iPhone or Apple Watch. And I'm guessing they're going to put it in, your Apple. You know how you got the Apple Wallet, how you got Apple Pay, you put your card through your Apple Wallet and you just tap. I guess that's what they're going to be doing now, with your driver's license, man. Okay. Your ID, any form, a document of identification, man, is going to be digital, man. It says a way to store there you go. A way to store your state issued ID or driver's license digitally on your Apple device. All right, currently supported in several U.S. states, including Illinois, functions through the Apple Wallet app. How it works? Yeah, add your physical ID to Apple Wallet by scanning it and taking a selfie for verification. And all they're doing is gradualism, right? All right, gradualism. All right, forgive me for my, I have trouble spelling out words and stuff, but gradualism, okay? That's all these devils are doing, man. All right, and I want to grab this quick scripture real quick. All right. 2 Corinthians 2:11, and I'm going to read this in both translations. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And I'm going to read it in the NLT. So that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes. And how is that? Because of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. He put us up on game, to see through these tactics, which the spirit on you see, bro. This nigga Esau Edom, excuse my French, but this guy Esau Edom, he moving sloppy, man. As the brother Taziar say, Esau moving sloppy out here, bro. All right? And these people can see it too. And that's why the scriptures say he's going to come with great wrath. Because it's going to get to a point, all the deception, the deceiving, it's not going to work. It's not even working no more, man. And that's why he just, he's going to turn to best to that sword, man. All right? But let me go back to this because I got a little more information. And I'm not going to read all this. I'm just trying to get all the important parts. All right? Where can you use it? Airports, bars, retailers that accept digital IDs, anywhere that supports mobile ID verifier app. And everything's digital. Everything got a QR code now. I noticed too, when you go to restaurants, most restaurants, you got to scan for the menu. You got to scan this portfolio just to see the menu, bro. So then slowly, we're going to get into that word, man. I'm going to just read a little more. We're going to get into that word, though, for sure. All right. But it says, I want to read this part. Security features use Face ID, Touch ID, or device passcode to unlock. Only the specific info requested is shared. For example, a bar might only verify over 21 without seeing your full birth date. The state does not track every time you present your ID. Data stays on your device. Bullshit. That's BS. Encrypted and protected using Apple Security's framework. All right. It's all one step closer. That's all it is, man. And damn, it just slipped my mind. Oh, damn, slipped out my mind, man. I was just thinking about something. It'll come back to my mind, man. All right. But all this is about to go digital, man. Everything is already going digital, man. And guess what? The MOTB is here. Because it's millions of people that got implements. Look at Neuralink. Let's look that up real quick, man. How many patients in Neuralink are implemented? Which I believe is more than that. All right. I do remember it said 12, but we know for sure it's more than that. And they probably off because they're experiments. That's all it is. Because hey, Elon, bro, what happened to that dude? What happened to your first patient, man? I ain't heard from this dude since he said he was going to be playing a new card, with no controller with his brain, man. And he did that Joe Rogan interview. What happened to your mans? All right. Who's the last patient? And I'm gonna grab some scriptures. I'm gonna grab some more scriptures. I don't want to sit here babbling, man. Just try and get some information. Try to make it edifying, quick as possible. Lord's will is edifying. All right, to you, sincere Akim. You very few Aqua that's tuned in. The most recent patient last confirmed that Neuralink has publicly acknowledged is Bradford G. Smith, who was the third person to receive. I thought it was 12 people, though, man. They be with the BS, man. But let me go back up to... But that's all it's leading to, man. All right? There's something slipped my mind, but it's all right, man. It's going to come back. Yahweh Bash me on, so I'm going to bring it back. All right, but let's get back to this, though. So it's here, man. It's just not made mandatory. And everything's digital, QR codes. It's all one step closer. All right. But it says, I typed in, what is Illinois doing with digital ID? It says mobile IDs, digital driver's licenses. Illinois has launched a mobile ID program that allows residents to add their Illinois driver's license or state ID to Apple Wallet or iPhone or Apple Watch To set it up, users scan their physical ID, take a selfie, and do a small head movement verification. After it's verified, you can present your ID digitally, such as your age verification. Tawada Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Tawada Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. It came back to my mind because I was just thinking how back in August they said, you know, YouTube, you're going to need a verification for your age. All right. You know, and I noticed, on, you know, certain, I ain't trying to get too explicit, but, you know, on explicit sites now, you know, on Corn, all right, you got to have a verification to watch that shit now. And which they should have been did that, man, a long ass time ago. But you got to have a verification to do that shit, you know, email. But they got it to where you got to log in with your damn driver's license, man. And soon enough, as all this is gonna go digital, don't be surprised YouTube needs you need a digital ID, you need a verification. All right, because that's all gonna tie in the feminine hearing these words, because all this gonna be shut down, best believe. And also that persecution, man. All right. These devils want total control, but this is gradualism, which I'm gonna grab the word. And like I said, I'm reading just the important parts. It says it's already accepted at over 250 plus TSA airport checkpoints. All right. And not to mention what was going on. What was it in Houston? You know, that airport was flooded. It was around the same time, you know, people couldn't get flights and stuff. And that was around the same time. That was during the government shutdown. Because I remember that as that was going on, Jake was bugging the hell out over the food stamps, in which we still gonna see what's gonna happen January 30th. All right, and we was praying to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, keep this bitch closed. Okay, keep that bitch closed, man. But you know, it opened back up. But hey, we under the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and the Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua controls both sides of the spectrum, man, of the wicked and the righteous. So we ain't got nothing to worry about. And best believe we almost out of here, man. All right. What it says the program was enabled by Illinois law, House Bill 492, which went into effect January 1st, 2025. The law explicitly says the digital ID is a companion to the physical ID, not a full replacement, which is going to be a replacement ultimately. All right. They're going to replace cards, you know, driver's license, all that's going digital. Your cash, all that shit, bro. Everything is going digital. And we're in the age of technology, man. All right. But let's real quick. Let me grab some scriptures. All right. Hey, we here, baby. We here. All right, this Habakkuk 2. I'll just get straight to the point. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And what's the visions talking about? These prophecies. And it's speaking. At the end. Why is that? Because we in the last days. Measure thou the time diligently in itself. You do that. You apply that to your life. We standing on business that, hey, we in the last days, man. And there's nothing you people could do about it. All right? It's nothing nobody could do about it, man. It says, though it tarry, wait for it. If you're in a sincere spirit, you want all this to pop off right now, man. We tired of this place. Having to work, bust your ass, barely make it by. You know, we vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. You know, we a bunch of amongst of freaks. We amongst a bunch of unbelievers that don't acknowledge Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Man, we hate this place, man. All right. It says, because it will surely come and will not tarry. So it's not going to tarry, man. All right. The Lord has a set time, date, and period where these prophecies will pop off, man. And you're seeing the signs right now, man. We in the beginning stages of all these, bro. All the main prophecies, such as World War III for sure, which Lord's will, I touch up on that. I just seen a video concerning Russia and China. Okay. in the U.S., all right? Which World War III is, we in the beginning stage of that. Jacob's trouble, look what's going on with the troops. Don't forget about ICE. You know, the talks kind of died down, but don't forget about ICE, bro. Best believe they doing what they doing, man. All right? And hey, man, the MOTB, which is here, it's just not made mandatory right now, man. All right? But real quick, let me grab this word gradualism, and I'm gonna grab a few more scriptures. You know, it's more I want to go into, but for the time's sake, you know, gotta make this short as possible. All right, but it's all through the Spirit, man. All right, so I looked up. Hold on, that was the second thing I looked up, man. Yeah, so I typed in what is gradualism. It says gradualism is the idea that changes or progress occur slowly in small incremental steps rather than all at once. Okay, it says gradualism refers to the theory that evolutionary changes happen slowly over long periods. That's why things going digital. This devil is using gradualism through the accumulation of tiny variations. Instead of a species suddenly transforming into a new species, small genetic changes accumulate over millions of years. And what these devils are trying to do, mix man with machine, man. That shit wicked as hell, bro. All right. It says in politics or social change, gradualism means implementing reforms slowly rather than sudden revolution or radical change. And we in the fourth industrial revolution. That's what these devils want. You notice that word implementing, okay? It says in psychology and ethics, gradualism can refer to progressing step by step toward moral or personal improvement. So these devils are using gradualism to roll out this C-hip, bro. To roll out this NWO, this New World Order, this wicked, agenda these elites have, man. All right, but let me grab this, and I'm gonna actually close it out. You know, cause we in the last days, and there's new brothers, sisters waking up, and we gotta bring this out. Cause who else is pushing this out, bro? Not the Christian church, not the Islamic leaders, and definitely not these false leaders, you know, within Israel, man. That's sold out. All right, but Revelation 13, where we at? Let me get straight to the point. Revelation 13 and 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And who's that he? Esau, Edom. All right, the self-proclaimed white man, the wicked that's in rulership. And what's the image of the beast? The New World Order. The wicked agenda these elites are pushing, bro, to get everybody C-hipped, bro, with that charagma. It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And certain brothers going to have to be martyrs, you know, beheaded. And that's something we got to put in consideration. Hey, certain sisters, that's something we got to put in consideration, man. Okay? It says, and he calls it all. So that means everybody. It says both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. And it doesn't matter what you locked up, you know, you're a law-abiding citizen, you old, you a baby, you young, you know, you rich, poor. Everybody gonna have to take this thing, bro. But guess what? The Lord said he preserved himself a complete number of men, 7,000 men, which going into the 144,000, and ultimately the remnant, because we also have the 1/3, the great multitude, you know, which consists of other men, you know, friends of the elect, other men, women, you know, brothers got families and children, bro. That's not going to give into this thing, man. All right. But hey, it's just, I mean, you know what? Through the Spirit, Lord's will, I'm going to just start titling these lessons one step closer, because we got to push it out. And we prophets, bro. All right, and a lot of things we say, you know, it's all the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, but a lot of things we're speaking is happening, man. So we gonna push this out, bro. Who else gonna do it, man? Only a true prophet will, man. All right. But hey, with that, you know, Lord's will, you know, I pray this lesson was edifying. Lord's will exhorting, all right, to you sincere Akim, and you very few Akwath, and I mean you very few. All right, that's tuned in, that wholeheartedly, sincerely believe on his word. And once again, before I close out, I want to give all honor and glory that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh. All right, and once again, I want to give double honors unto our apostles and bishops of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and ruleth well. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom. All right, Yahweh Desire, meaning Lord's will. On to the next. Shalom.